Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today we have with us Divya Mishra. She got AIR 28 in this examination 2020 UPSC, and she has been one of our students of mains test series program, and maybe we would like to know from her that what plays the game this year in prelims examination, and then we come to the mains examination. For prelims, my question would be that like 7-8 days that are crucial now, how would you try to base your strategy upon revision, and what subjects do you want to pick up right now?
Revision is very important, but the subjects that I would like to emphasize are polity, geography, and history to some extent, and revising what you have already read in the current affairs, because at this point your precision and exactness is very important. Attempting less number of questions with high accuracy is much better than more number of questions and with wrong choices.
Right, and as you said about current affairs, no, infinite sources available to us, and the questions we never know what is coming by. So how do I prepare those abstract questions? Like this year also I could remember there was a book question name that came, and that was from history, but nowhere else I could have found it. So how do I prepare for those questions, or are certain questions to be left at the face value only?
Certain questions are to be left definitely at the face value where you do not know at all really. But in some other questions we might not have read them in any book. But there is this idea of the other things surrounding that topic which will help you in eliminating the choices, and then you might be left with two, and in that two try to think more, and then maybe an intelligent guess can help.
Okay, and talking about this paper 2 in CSAT, people might be worrying about mathematics per se, numeracy per se. Did you have this latent fear of mathematics or sort of thing?
No, I did not, because I have cleared CAT and GATE.
Okay.
Also I had good rank AR3.
So you might be good at comprehensions also.
So I used to attempt maths more than the
Okay.
English, but you know, I have understanding about this CSAT that does not matter you are from a engineering background or not. Attempt the English part also. There are so many paragraphs surrounding that, and you have in mathematics also so many questions which can be solved with little practice. So I will suggest at least attempt 10 papers or maybe 7 papers of CSAT before you go to the actual examination, and certainly that will help you clear the exam.
Okay, and coming to this mains examination, as I could feel that there are certain keywords that even today the aspirants find problematic in answering. Like they could not differentiate between if a question is about comment or if a question is about critically analyze. What according to you should be some of the guidelines that I can follow, or can you prescribe us something that if a comment, I see comment, I have these prescriptions. If I have evaluation, these are the prescriptions. Anything?
Well, if you have the comment or justify, that means whatever information you have, make more illustrations, give more details, and just write about that topic. But when you have critical analysis, so first, what is analysis? Analysis is reductionist approach. That means you break the problem in as many parts as possible, and then critically analyze if there is this prefix. That means positives, negatives, challenges, benefits, advantages, concluding it by, that means synthesize. So analyze and then synthesize. This should be the approach.
Right. And how much part do you feel this mains test series might have played for writing answers? And maybe there's a buzzword that goes around about answer writing. There are people so confused about it. So how do you feel to approach that, and the number of tests that you are attempting, do they really help?
Oh, it definitely helps. Number of tests determine that how much you have practiced about those topics, because exam is ultimately the application of all that you have learned. So it helps. For instance, in KSG test series, they have this very nice thing going on, that there is first person who checks the copy, another one is who vets the copy. And then you have two different evaluators on your copy, their own point of views and the feedback. And what I liked most is that the quality of questions was really good, and the feedback that I received on my copies, that was also very comprehensive in nature and very critical and analytical in nature. So if you work on those feedbacks, it is going to improve the marks definitely.
Okay, and talking about the essay paper, did you prepare something beforehand, or did you write many tests on essay also? And there is a buzzword that again goes around, that should we write a lot of quotations in it, or should we balance it? What is your view on this?
No, lot of quotations which are not relevant is not going to help at all. You know, when in the hindsight, I can say that when you write any text, so number of quotations might seem to be, you know, out of context sometimes, and then you might think that you have done so well, but to the evaluator's eyes, it will not be a worthwhile approach. So what you can do is try to cover as many different topics in essay as possible, because that will help, and write a quotation where it is needed, the most relevant one. For instance, in my last year's exam, I got good marks in essay, and I had not written a single quotation in any of my essays. This year, I don't know if I have written one or two, that's all. Does not matter.
So essay is not about quotation as people have been making it. It's about your analysis, your views, multi-dimensional views that you can give.
Multi-dimensional relevance is very important. Sometimes in essay we lose sight of the relevance. We have so much
Absolutely
data
right.
from GS and we put it
Right,
there.
right. And what people even find, maybe they find it very challenging now, how to choose the topic. Like there are ranges, as said in section B, there would be philosophical ones, and section A would be somewhat conventional. So how do I choose any topic? What should be my basis? Like looking to the topic, I can feel that I can have many paragraphs on it, but exactly what I have to feel that day, that this should be my base and this should be the topic that I should write upon. As I could remember, no, there was a Gandhiji's quotation that came, and there were certain assumptions that came to the people mind that every one of us, or around 90% of the people, are going to attempt this question only, and hence I should not write on this. So there are certain people who came about and told me this. What is your basis?
Well, I used to think like that in 2018. Now I
Okay.
don't. The rock bottom, the core of essay is that you have to be familiar with the topic very well, because then only you can analyze. And on the lines of how to approach the topic, it is important that you know the perspectives in which you are going to analyze it. For instance, in one of the essay topics this year was about patriarchy and how it is everywhere, explicit and implicit forms. So when you look at patriarchy, first have the meaning of what patriarchy is, and you are not going to write about women, it is about patriarchy. Patriarchy is about rule of the father, so it is going to affect not just women but the children and sometimes even men themselves. It is about exploitation, not just gender. It is could be against transgender also. So, you know, this is how you think about a topic.
So you'll have to take a very broad view on a topic. Like it's not only about women, as patriarchy you
No.
said, it's about the society.
Yes.
And the society may have many elements in
Many
it.
elements in it.
And,
Address each of that. So, you
Right.
know, a short-sighted view could have been just essay about women, but it is
Right.
not just about women.
Absolutely. So they are taking 1 year of time and they are giving one topic.
One
So
topic.
they have done a good amount of research and then they are giving it.
Yes.
And coming about this schedule, like I had many students coming up and they wanted, sir, what should be the ideal schedule that I should follow in a day? Like, should I take 2 subjects on one day? Should I keep myself reserved to one subject only? So what was your schedule while this preparation?
I did not go subject wise. I went by the topic method that
Okay.
I am going to cover banking in economics, or maybe shares or the fiscal balance in economy, and I am going to cover in philosophy, let's just say some Indian philosophers. So
Right.
it was topic oriented, and giving 6-7 hours of your study, and if you are working or you are studying something else, then maybe 2-3 hours. But the consistency is needed, and you know that dedicated effort with patience, that your hard work will pay off. So these are the raw materials.
Right, and interview round, you might have been, you already have faced interview before also. So any question that might have boggled you this time, or do they try to calm you first and then they put you questions that are boggling you?
No, in my interview, you know, in my second interview, so I entered the room and the chairman gave me a mathematical question, numerical.
Okay.
So these are the data figures and you solve the question. It was like that. So I don't think they try to calm you down.
Okay.
But in this attempt, I had interview in Bhosle sir's board,
Okay.
and the board was very cordial. Last time also it was cordial, but you know, Bhosle sir has this tendency of making you more comfortable,
Right.
and so it was there. But then in interview, I realized that in my 3 interviews that they focus on DAF only. More than 90% it is DAF, and any current affairs, if it goes, it is an extension of the DAF itself.
Right.
And to me, an interesting question was about morality. So I talked about German philosopher Immanuel Kant, and there was so the lady member asked me, "Do you think it is true?" The question was that I said we are by default moral. Morality is categorical imperative within us. So she said, "Is it true?" And I said, "No, ma'am. The problem is people are not moral to all the people at all the times. They are to few people at some certain number of times."
Right. So it also depends on time and space.
Yeah, so these kind of philosophical
Right.
questions, and you have to be present in the interview, and then we can handle
But
the questions.
it's not about knowledge, I suppose. It's about your personality. How have you been doing in all these years?
Yes.
Starting from your college, maybe, then your preparation time, your profession, if you are into. So, sum total of your personality, they are assessing that, I suppose.
Yes, they are assessing that, and they are very. It's a very honorable time, and they make you feel dignified. It is a very respectable occasion of the day when you are in the interview. It is nice feeling, and yes, personality matters. But I would try to talk to those students who might not have fared well in their maybe 10th class or 12th or maybe graduation. So do not lose your hope of cracking civil services interview because of that, because they will only evaluate you on that very day on that chair. So if you are good that day, then they are not going to be biased because of your not so well education before that day. So focus on that and work hard, have patience and faith.
Right, and it is rightly said, if you allow me to utter some Sanskrit words, it says that Vartamanena Kalena Vartayanti Vichakshana. It says that at the present time, whatever is going is the best time for you,
Yes.
and utilize it at the best of your maybe efficiency, and I think the results are already out. So congratulations again,
Thank you.
and that would be all. Thank you
Thank
so much to be here with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.